bow staff basics 11 through 20. So, chari, chumbi. All right, number 11. If you remember number 5, when we came with both hands on top of the staff, sweeping at the bottom of our feet and bringing it back, it's going to be the same thing but backwards. Okay, so instead of going positive direction, I'm going to go negative. So I'm still going to go under my arm here, but instead of going down in front, bring my hand from the back, and I'm going to come forward with it to here. Bring this hand under, and I'm going to come forward. Okay, so instead of sweeping at my feet going backwards, I'm sweeping down on my feet coming forward, here to here. Okay, it's a little more awkward than number 5 because it's a negative direction. Your body's used to going positive, so you have to use your hips and make sure you're going in this direction. A lot of students find it helpful when learning this to start with their known number 5, how they know how to do it, and then to stop midway through and just reverse the direction and start feeling that opposite direction going. Okay? Sometimes you feel like you have it and you start going negative and then you stop thinking about it and then you just automatically revert back to the positive, so you have to keep a constant eye on it, making sure that you're going in the negative direction here, okay? Using your hips to twist. All right, so similar with number 12. So how 11 was backwards number 5, number 12 is gonna be backwards of number 6. So if you remember number 6, we had it in one hand and we crossed our bodies, making the circles on either side of our body, okay? So number 12 is gonna be the opposite motion of that. Okay, so with the tip of the staff, instead of going down past my feet, same with number 11, it's gonna be coming forward to this side of my feet. So the tip of the staff is gonna come forward and forward, here, from the back to the front and up, here. Okay, so if you use that same technique from number 11, you can start by doing your number 6 and stop midway through and then reverse your direction, here and here. Okay, the same thing on the other hand. I'm going to be coming in a backwards number 6 direction. Okay, the tip of the staff is at the top and it's going to come down and sweep forward past my feet. Forward here. Come down and sweep forward past my feet. Here. I want to make sure that I'm making my circles, again, on the sides of my body. I don't want to get too sloppy and just start making in front of me like this, okay? Make sure I come across my body each time. You can use that same technique, starting with the 6, and then just reversing the direction, okay? With enough practice, you get the hang of it. All right, number 13 is going to be backwards number 7, okay? So just like 11, 12 are backwards versions of 5 and 6, same thing here. So I'm going to start by doing my number 12 motion, and I'm going to come across my body here. Okay, as I'm coming to the same side of my body, I'm going to let the bow staff roll off of my hand, okay? Number 7, we're going to roll it the same way as we did for number 7. I'm going to roll it off the back of my hand, and I'm going to catch it with my thumbs across from each other, touching here, okay? Catching it here. And then I'm going to roll it across the other side of my body. So as it's coming to my same side, okay, so this is in my left hand, as it's coming to my left, the left side of my body, I'm going to let it roll, okay, here. With number 7, we let it roll on the other side of our body, and that allowed us to make this circle. Okay, so number 13, I'm going to let it come to my side, and I'm going to roll it here. That way I'm doing that same thumb grab that we were doing on number 7. So I'm letting it come to my same side of my body, grabbing across here. Okay, so switching here and here. Okay, so I would definitely have number 12 down, because you'll be so used to doing that motion from number 6 and number 7 that once you grab it, you're not going to be able to bring it across your body. Okay, so get number 12 down really well. That way number 13 is, all you're doing is just plugging in this little grab on the sides of your body, coming in here. Okay? All right, so number 14. Number 14 is only done in one direction. You don't do it the same way on both sides. So we only learn it one direction. So what I want you to do is consider my left hand as your right side, and then my right hand as your left side, okay? So I'm going to be doing it in a mirrored motion, okay? So the way you see it on the screen is the way you're supposed to do it. Okay, so I'm going to start, this is basically like a number 8. Okay, I'm going to start in my right hand. I'm going to go clockwise and roll it off of my thumb here. Okay, so when I grab it with my left hand, I'm going to let it roll to here. Okay, this is where it gets different. So in number 8, we would just roll it and continue in front of us. Okay, so what I'm doing after I grab it is I'm going to bring it outside and it's going to go behind my back here. And then I'm going to bring it in front, here. Okay, back to my front position, and then I'm going to finish my roll just like number 8. So if you have number 8 really good, then this should be no problem. So I'm going to grab here, and then the same thing on this hand. When I grab it with my right side, I'm going to go behind my back, okay? Behind my back, here. Then I'm going to bring it in front and roll it the same way. Going behind my back, and I'm going to go forward, here. Behind my back and forward. Okay, so if you think of number 8, it's the same thing. All I'm doing is just adding these circles in between. Behind my back, here, behind my back. So as soon as I grab it, I'm going to go up and then behind my back, and let this tip come in front. And here, let this tip go behind my back. So as soon as I grab it, this part's going behind and forward. Behind and forward. All right, number 15. Same thing with number 14. It's only done in one direction. So this is still going to be your right side, and this is going to be your left side. Okay? So I'm mirroring this. All right, so this one is also like number 8. So we're going to start with that number 8 motion. So if you have your number 8 really good with switching, then that part shouldn't be a problem. So what we're going to do is in between the switches, when I grab it with my left hand, I'm actually going to be throwing the staff into the air and letting it do a circle before I grab it again. So I'm going to throw it off of my left hand. So again, my right hand is going to switch to my left. And as I'm turning, I'm going to let it still go to that same spot where I was going to grab it, but I'm just going to let it go. And I'm going to push it in a circle. So I'm going to try to make it come up and forward like this. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is push it up, and I want to keep that circular motion going. So I want it to do a 360. So it's going to come all the way, and I'm going to try to catch it with this part of my hand. Okay? So I have to be patient and let it come to me. So I'm going to let it make that circle. Okay, I don't want to try and grab it right away, because then I'm just basically just doing a number 8, but letting go before I grab it. I have to make sure it makes a full circle before I grab it. So if I'm doing it fast enough, the circle should not take long for me to wait to get it. Okay, so here, as I'm switching, I'm letting the circle go, and I'm grabbing it as it's coming around again. So I'm here, and then up and over. Here, up and over. Here. Okay, this is pretty tricky because we haven't done something like this before. So it will take a lot of time and a lot of drops before you get used to visualizing the staff turning in the air before you grab it. Okay? So even if you can practice with just letting it do a half circle like that, that'll help you get you the hang of seeing where it is in midair. But eventually you do want it to be making that full circle before it comes to you. So up and around. Here and around. Okay? All right, number 16. Okay, number 16, I'm going to step back a little bit. I'm going to hold the staff with my right hand on top. This is only done in one direction, but it's going to be on both sides of my body. So I'm having my left hand on the bottom, right hand on top. Okay, so let me face the side so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be bringing the staff in circles on each side of my body. Okay, in a positive direction. Okay, so if you remember number 6, I was doing that same motion on each side of my body. Now I'm just going to have it in both hands and then row it past each side of my body here in a positive motion. Okay, I want to have my right leg in front, as you can see. That's going to help me when I'm doing the next number, which is going to play off of this. So I want to practice this number with my right leg in front. So number 16 is just circles on either side of my body. Okay, now number 17. Okay, number 17, we're going to add from number 16. So number 16 is a positive motion. What 17 is a negative motion. So what I'm going to do is, as the staff is crossing my left side, I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to switch by stepping in here. And then I'm going to move the staff in a negative direction. Okay? So negative direction. So when you're doing number 17, just practice this first. Again, your right leg's going to be in front, either way you're doing it. But as you can see, this is a negative motion. So if you remember, number 6 was positive and number 12 was negative. Okay? This is like the negative version. So I'm coming upwards and forwards, up and forward, here. Okay, so this is 17, and then 16 was positive. Okay, when you have both of them down, you want to put them together, like I was doing. Okay, so your right leg's going to stay in front at all times. So you start with your 16, and as the bow staff is going across your left side, you're going to step and switch. So I'm here, I'm going to step and switch, and I'm going to come in a negative direction, here. Okay, the same thing, I'm going to step and switch back to my 16. So I'm going to come from here, using my right leg, I'm still going to turn in this direction. Okay, I'm always turning across my body with my right leg. So I'm here, stepping and turning, inside, here, across, here, across, 1, 2, 3, across, 1, 2, 3, across, 1, 2, 3, here. Okay? So you want to have both directions down. Make sure that each direction that you're facing is in opposite direction with the bow staff. Don't get them confused. Okay? So number 18. All right, so number 18 is going to start similar to kind of how we had number 16 and 17. So let me face sideways so you can see. Okay, so we're going to break this down into 3 parts. Okay, so I'm going to start with my right leg in front. I'll hold the staff in front of me. Okay, so number 1, I'm going to step forward with my left leg, and I'm going to bring the staff down in front. So I'm going to bring it down and behind me, and I'm going to turn my body. So I'm stepping, and I'm going to bring it down up to here. Now I'm facing the opposite direction. Okay, my left leg is in front, facing that way. All right, step 2, I'm going to step around with my right leg here. I'm going to bring the staff down by my side. All we're doing is continuing that front circle that we did. We're going down to here, number 1. Number 2, you see how I'm already going in that direction? Stepping around with the right leg to here, back to the front. Now my right leg's in front again. I'm going to bring it down around my right side, and then I'm going to step and jump and switch my legs. So I'm jumping and switching my legs, and I'm going to strike with the staff to the ground. So I'm going to flatten the staff towards the ground, straighten my front leg, my left leg, and I'm going to sit back on my right leg here, striking down. Okay? So let's put that together one more time. Starting with my right leg in front, holding the staff, right hand on top. Step 1, I'm going to step left, swing the staff down by my right side. Step 2, I'm going to continue the staff moving in that direction. Right leg comes around to here. All right, and then step 3, bring it down by my right side, jump, step, switch, and then lean back on my back leg, my right leg, strike here. Okay, so one more time like that. Right leg in front, step 1, step 2, step 3, and down. Okay? So once you have this number down in one direction, what you want to do is you want to do it without stopping. So we're going to do it in both directions. Okay, it's the same thing each time with the staff. Your leg work, everything's going to be the same. We're just going to be doing it facing one way, and then we're going to do it facing the other. I'll show you how we do that. Okay, so again, I'm going to do my one side, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to lift it up here. Then turn my body. And if you notice, this was my original position. My right leg's in front, and I'm holding the staff in front here. So all I have to do is continue that motion. So here, 1, 2, 3, down. Okay, then here, up, and just turn. Okay, so from this downward strike, I'm lifting and turning my body to face that direction. And then I'll be able to do it. So again, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, down, and 1, 2, 3, down. One more time, here. All right, number 19. Okay, so number 19, I'm going to have the staff with both hands facing down. Same way I did for number 5 and number 11. So what I'm doing is I'm stepping, and I'm going to bring the arm, one arm under. So in this case, my left arm is going to come under my right arm. Here, my left hand, under. I'm going to step with my right leg, opening, and I'm going to strike with the staff across. Okay, and that motion is going to come in, striking, here, with a stance. Then I'm going to bring it back in front, here. Same thing on the other side. My right hand's going to go under my left arm, bring it in a circular motion, step with the right leg out, the left leg out here, here. Striking across. Okay? Number 20 is going to be adding to number 19. So it's going to start with a number 19, same thing we just did, striking. Okay? Now from here, I'm going to bring it out in front of my body. I'm going to keep hold of it in my right hand. My left hand's going to let it go, here. Okay? So I'm going to come across, I'm going to strike all the way in front, bring it to my hip here. Here. Holding it at my hip. Okay? And then I'm going to bring it around again with my right hand, that same hand, we're going to come back around under my arm. I'm going to step out and block in front here. Okay? So let's do that again on the other side. Start here, I'm going to go to my left. Strike, and then I'm going to hold it in my left hand the rest of the time. Let go with the right, bring it here, strike in front to my hip, holding it at the hip, bring it back across, and under the arm. Stance and strike and block. Okay, here. Again, striking side to the other side, block. Okay, forward again. Same thing on the other side. Around here, and then around here, strike. Okay, keep in mind when you're doing this, if you grab this too close to the middle, what's going to happen is when you go to do your next circle here, when you come around, it's going to hit you in the belly, okay? You won't be able to grab it. So you want to have a good distance when you're doing this one. So when I'm striking, I don't have to worry about it hitting me. Same thing when you're coming back around. It's too far out, if it's too far in, you're going to hit yourself. Okay, you don't want that. So you have to do this enough times to where you figure out what's a good distance for you to grab. Here, around, strike. And taro, holding it left side. Charu, kyungye, and shield. All right, that's both staff basics 11 through 20.